What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes news for January 17th, 2024. Now, today we are looking at Patricia's skill card. Now, as we know, this is a dark hero, so it's not really a candidate to decide if this is a good first E5 hero because, well, building a light and dark hero as your first hero outside of special holiday events is really difficult. I mean, New Year kind of would have helped with that shop giving you the dark puppets, but besides that, it takes a lot of dark food to build your first dark hero, so that's kind of off the table. We just got to see, is she any good at all? Which honestly, the way regular heroes have been running lately, absolutely not. But we are going to take a look at her skill card today, and we'll have to see. I don't know if they actually show us who she's a tenant for. I know it shows who tenants are, but yeah, we'll have to see what this is. So remember, this is going to be the hero next week, and then in 3 weeks we have a double week Chinese New Year most likely. So just keep that in mind. Maybe gonna go in from for some heroic scrolls this week, just because, well, the big events have been a little bit of a big disappointment lately. We'll have to see. Let's take a look at her skill card. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's hit that subscribe button real quick. We're actually at 90,666 subscribers. Yes, 666. So let's keep pushing that. We have some accounts that I'm giving away, as well as another giveaway coming up in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's get going. So first and foremost, yeah, we have the skill names. Her name is Patricia as well, which is, again, really weird, but she is confirmed as a Dark Ranger that can trigger after image of wings to chase and do additional attacks. She also grants herself Mystic Butterfly Shadow to strengthen the next active skill. So pretty much cut and dry what we are used to seeing from these heroes, but let's see what's going on. Active skill, Serene Butterfly Waltz, launches quick attacks several times, each time dealing attack damage to random enemies, inflicting layers of after image of wings, which is one of her skill effects. It's going to reduce the target's crit damage, okay, and dealing extra damage equal to a certain percentage of the target's max HP. So that's pretty good. She has a main part of the ability, and then she deals extra damage based on HP. If this was like 2020, this would have been an overpowered hero. Nowadays, meh, everybody has it. Meanwhile, it consumes all layers of Mystical Butterfly Shadow owned by herself. For each layer consumed, attacks additional times. Afterward, increases self-dodge for several rounds. So we're getting another hero with a lot of dodge. Even Yorm Tum kind of had that. So what does this Mystical Butterfly Shadow do? It is a skill effect, so it can't be like removed. Each layer increases self-control immunity. Up to a certain number of layers can be owned. Mystical Butterfly Shadow can enhance the active skill. That's, of course, what makes it do additional hits. Active skill sounds meh, pretty much kind of like middle of the road that we're used to seeing. Let's take a look at the passive skills. Oh god, immediately I hate it. HP, attack, control, immunity, and holy damage. There's not a single thing in sight talking about damage reduction, so this is going to be a very squishy ranger hero. Overwhelming praise is the next passive skill. Changes the basic attack to deals attack damage to random enemies with a chance to inflict after image of wings, which we already talked about, and a chance to grant self layers of Mystical Butterfly Shadow. Okay, again, we talked about both those there. Hopefully the last passive is important, but let's see. Whenever an enemy with after image of wings is inflicted damage or inflicted with it a second time, removes all layers of it from the target. Then Patricia chases and attacks random enemies several times, dealing attack damage and restoring self's HP equal to a certain percentage of the damage dealt. So it's a lifesteal type ability, not too bad. The more damage you do, the better it is. With a chance to grant self layers Mystical Butterfly Shadow. If the target doesn't have it, the after image of wings reduces their attack for several rounds. So she reduces attack, she reduces crit damage, she has a self heal, she has additional chase attacks. I mean, it seems alright at first glance. She has two very important components. One, she has an ability to heal. That's really important. Two, she has a chance to dodge, but that depends on if she has Mystical Butterfly Shadow, which is interesting. This is interesting. because she definitely needs to use her basic attack to start proccing this. So this is not a hero you want a ton of energy on, because if she has energy and she goes right into an active skill, she really doesn't get much. She does, of course, have a way to inflict it on random enemies, but she doesn't have a way to gain the mystical butterfly shadow, except I guess she does, because then she chases. It's an interesting hero. We do have her tenant situation, which actually is not horrible. Arania is the weak point here. Flora is like all right. Waldeck is a really good one to have here though, and so is Flora and or Natalia. So this is like borderline a decent tenant setup, but again, it's like near impossible to beat. Number one, Eloise's overall power in the game, and number two, Eloise's tenants. You got Jara, CC, you got Tix, which is just amazing. You got Carrie, another hero that's amazing. It's just so hard to beat the tenants of an Eloise. I wish they would stop willy-nilly randomly throwing heroes into this. Maybe there's some way that they're actually calculating how they're setting these things up, but I wish they would start manually picking ones to make them synergize really well. That, or I hope we get a revamp very soon, where maybe you can just pick any Transcendence hero in the slot, or really just make any hero a tenant for anybody. I feel like it's time, honestly. Just let us build any hero as a tenant, and let us build any hero as a homeowner, and that would kind of be really amazing. It would kind of make things pretty stagnant in one line, but it also could open up a lot of potential possibilities. Now, as far as comparing them to previous heroes, most of these heroes that have come out for the Dark faction, which really it's only been two, since like the new heroes have been turned into new ones, they've been kind of just meh and not really that impactful in the game at all. The last hero, Dark hero, that was kind of impactful was like 4-season PvP. Before that, Drake, who still kind of reigns or kind of rummages around the meta. He synergizes well with assassins, of course. Carrie was the last ranger, and she turned out really, really good, but I don't think this hero is going to have that kind of punch like these older heroes do, and that's the downside, is new heroes really just suck nowadays. But again, one thing to reiterate, the Dark heroes have been pretty much bangers overall. We have Phantom Fire Lena, one of the best support heroes in the game. We have Star Sorcerer Machina, one of the best round 1 damage dealers in the game. We have Lord of Fear Aspen, the best hero in the game. So would it be bad to say I have high hopes for the Transcendence version of this hero? No, I have very high hopes for the Transcendence hero version of this hero. But the regular version, probably just straight up garbage tier. That's the sad thing about the meta right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one though. Make sure you guys take 1 second, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna have a ton of giveaways coming up in the next week or so. We also have a new seed key code coming on Thursday's live stream. See you guys next time.